Hello, I'm Harsimrit and I welcome you to our session on O and O sounds. This is a very important session because these particular sounds are habitually mispronounced, especially in our part of the country. And we have to make sure that we enunciate the sounds correctly. We will, of course, practice the sounds in words and sentences. We have a lot of activities for you. And at the end of the day, we will make sure that we can pronounce words with both the sounds correctly. So let's move on. First, let's take up the O sound. Now first we have to understand how to pronounce the O sound. O is a short sound. There is also a longer version of the sound, but we won't bother about that. What we need to do here is simply make sure that the shape of the lips is correct when we try to enunciate the sound. Please look at my face. I want you to notice the way my mouth opens when I say O. Do you notice the oval shape of the lips? O. O. Everybody please try to do that. Open your mouth in the oval shape. O. Now your friend might say O instead. The opening might be smaller. But try to tell him to open his mouth wider. O. O. Good. Your efforts are making a difference. Once more, everybody. O. Now feel the space between the two jaws and notice the way the jaws come apart to produce the sound. O. Even if you find it hard to do it immediately, by the time the session is over, I'm sure you can produce or you can enunciate the sound. Now let's look at the O sound in words. The words are printed in your workbooks. Thorns. Thorns. Body. Body. Coffee. Coffee. Strong. Strong. Always. Always. Also. Also. Popular. Popular. Properly. Louder please. Properly. Scholarship. Scholarship. Caught. Caught. Now I'd like you to note this word. The spelling is C-A-U-G-H-T. That's 6 letters. But the pronunciation is just K, O, T. 3 sounds. Caught. Wrong. Wrong. And the last word, a simple word, dog. Dog. Now, like I said, in North India, this sound is often mispronounced. You would hear a lot of people saying dog. Dog की जगह लोग dog कहते हैं. Thorn की जगह लोग thorn बोलेंगे. या कभी कभी थाउन भी बोल देते हैं. मगर ठीक pronunciation है dog. The sound is O. If you want to remember the sound, one way to remember is to put your hand in front of your mouth and say haw. That's what we say sometimes, don't we? Haw, ye kya ho gaya? It's the same sound, aw. Except of course there we elongate the sound. Itna lamba aw nahi hota. You don't say dog. It's a short sound, dog. Dog. Next we have the aw sound in sentences. The sentences are also given in your workbooks. I hope your workbooks are open. I hope they are. Okay. And I would like you to listen to me when I read the sentence. You may like to underline all the words with the aw sound. Let us begin. He dropped a bottle on the box. I'll repeat. He dropped a bottle on the box. Now the words dropped, bottle, on, box, all of them contain the aw sound. Next, cross the road with caution. Cross the road with caution. In this case, the words cross and caution have the aw sound. But the word road does not. That's a different sound. Next sentence. He was shocked to see such a huge ball made of copper. He was shocked to see such a huge ball made of copper. Now the word was normally has the aw sound. But sometimes when I speak in a particular flow, it might not be so noticeable. He was shocked. The aw sound in shocked is more noticeable. But the word was also has the sound. Was, shocked, ball, copper. All these words have the aw sound. Next sentence. Lock the room properly. Lock the room properly. Lock and properly have the aw sound. And the last sentence. Maggi sauce is made from red tomatoes. The word sauce has the aw sound. So far in the session, we have learnt that the aw sound is pronounced with your lips in the oval shape. And of course, your mouth has to open. Some of us don't open our mouth enough when we say the aw sound. And sometimes people also open their mouths too wide and say ah. So instead of dog, you may even hear somebody saying dog. Or instead of was, people may say was. But that's not the correct pronunciation. We should keep in mind that the proper pronunciation of the word would be dog or was. So now we have an exercise for you. It's a fill in the blank exercise where you have to fill in the blanks using words with the aw sound. Let me do the first for you. Niagara dash is the highest falls in the world. So in this case, we also have given you a slight clue. The end of the word, there is the letter L and F. So Niagara Falls is the highest falls in the world. Falls in this case is the short form for waterfalls. Next, the children are playing with the basket dash. The children are playing with the basket dash. Remember, the solution has the aw sound. He got a dash ship from his school. He got a something ship from his school. Dash walk to your left on the road. The word ends in YS. Dash, walk to your left on the road. And the last question, roses have dash. The word ends in NS. Roses have dash. What do roses have? I did the first one for you, but I'll repeat it. Niagara Falls is the highest falls in the world. Next, the children are playing with the basketball. Next, he got a scholarship from his school. Next, always walk to your left on the road. And the last one, roses have thorns. So the following words all have the O sound, and I'd like you to repeat them once after me. Falls. Louder. Falls. Basketball. Basketball. Scholarship. Scholarship. Always. Always. Thorns. Thorns. Now let's move on to our next target sound, which is the O sound. Now first we should learn to enunciate the O sound properly. ये O sound कैसे बोलते हैं? We learnt that in the O sound we have to open the mouth into an oval shape. O. But in the O sound, the mouth is not opened so wide. इतना ज़्यादा मुंह नहीं खोलते. इस sound में थोड़ा मुंह कम खोलते हैं. This sound is a diphthong. O was a monothong or a single vowel, but O is a diphthong. Like the I sound, which was also a diphthong. In the O sound, we have to glide from one sound to the other. We start off with a short sound called shwa, which is a small and then we go on to a oo sound. The proper enunciation of the sound is O, but that sounds very British. In India, it's okay not to glide so much. You may even say oh, it's all right. But try to lengthen the sound or try to glide to some extent. So everybody please repeat after me. O, O, O. Even if you simply stretch the sound, O, a little longer, O. All right, let us begin. Cone, cone. Next, loan, loan. Next, portfolio, portfolio. Tell me, how many O sounds does the word portfolio have? Port-fo-lio. So thrice in the word, we enunciate the O sound. Portfolio. Profession, profession. Social, social. Now some people say social. That's not correct. It's social, social. Mango, mango. So remember, at the end of the word, we need to elongate the O. Mango. mango. Next, ghost. Ghost. It's not ghost, okay? The GH is simply G and the O should be elongated. Ghost. Going. Going. No. No. Alone. That would consist of a schwa sound again, followed by lone. Alone. Open. Open. And the last word is growth. Growth. So those were some words with the O sound, also given in your workbooks. Please practice these words. There are a lot of common Indian errors amongst these words, and we should make sure we never mispronounce these words. Next, let us look at the O sound in sentences. The sentences are also given in your workbooks. I'd like you to be ready with your pens or your pencils and underline all the words that contain the O sound. I'll read the sentences aloud for you. The first sentence. A scarecrow should be kept in open fields. A scarecrow should be kept in open fields. We know what a scarecrow is, don't we? In the fields, you often have the figure of a man constructed in order to scare away the birds. That's called a scarecrow. I will follow you like your shadow. I will follow you like your shadow. Next, the show starts at 4 o'clock. The show starts at 4 o'clock. Next, smoking is injurious to health. Smoking is injurious to health. And the last sentence, I am pretty hopeful that I will find a decent house. I am pretty hopeful that I will find a decent house. So how many words have you underlined? I hope you have managed to underline at least 10 words. The words with the O sounds in the sentences were scarecrow, open, follow, shadow, show, 4, o'clock. So even the O between the 4 and the clock, smoking and hopeful. It will be a very good idea for you to read these sentences out aloud many times and practice articulating the words with the O sounds correctly. Now we have an exercise for you. In this exercise, you have to fill in the blanks, and all the words would of course contain the O sound. I'll do the first one for you. My favorite color is dash, and the word ends in OW. So let me think. What's my favorite color? My favorite color is red, but it doesn't have the O sound. Green, no. Blue, no. Yellow. Yellow. My favorite color is yellow. Everybody say it out loud. Yellow. Next, you have to do all of them yourself now. The dash ate all the grass. The dash ate all the grass. Something ate all the grass, and that something has the O sound in it. She is feeling sad because she is dash. She is feeling sad because she is dash. Some word ending in ly. Next, the teacher asked them to take down the dash, and the word ends in es. So what does the teacher ask you to take down? Next, give me some hot soup in a dash. Give me some hot soup in a dash. Now let's discuss the answers. My favorite color is yellow. The goat ate all the grass. She is feeling sad because she is lonely. The teacher asked them to take down the notes. Give me some hot soup in a bowl. B-O-W-L is not bowl, it's bowl. Please repeat after me. Bowl. With that, we come to the end of the exercise, and now I would like to take up some commonly mispronounced words. We'll bring the focus on certain words and make sure we never mispronounce them. Both the O and the O sounds are often mispronounced, and sometimes they even get swapped. For example, instead of saying O, I might say O, and instead of saying O, I might say O. Now that's really a funny thing to do, and let's not do it anymore. Everybody please say O once more. O. Job. Job. Always. Always. Solve. Solve. Clock. Clock. Want. Want. Was. Was. The O sound. Only. It's often pronounced as only. So no more only, we have to say only. Notes. Notes. Coke. The drink. Coke. Show. Show. Phone. Phone. Now, the telephone or the phone is often called phone. So, no more phone, everybody. Phone is a different word. Spelled F-A-W-N. You might like to know what that means. So, look it up in the dictionary. But this is phone. And the last word, joke. Joke. Our next activity is a story. But we won't just listen to a story, we also have some work to do. The story is given in your workbooks and I'll be reading it out aloud for you. You'll notice certain words given in brackets. Now when I read the story, please listen to the way I pronounce those words. And you have to decide whether the O sound or the O sound is used in those words. So I think it would be a good idea to underline the words pronounced with the O sound and don't underline the words pronounced with the other sound, the O sound. जितने भी words में O sound लगती है, O, उनको आप underline कर लो और जितने words में नहीं लगती है उन्हें आप रहने दो. And we'll get to know whether we've learned to identify the sound. Shall we start? Okay, let's do that. Last weekend, I decided to go fishing. So I took a boat, a fishing rod, and a rope. I went to a nearby pond and caught some fish. Then I sat under a tall tree and had some strawberries and mangoes. On my way home, I stopped at the grocer's shop and bought some salt and yogurt to add to my fish. Then I called some of my friends over and we talked and cracked a lot of jokes while we ate the fish. Suddenly, one of my friends choked on the fish bone. He stopped breathing and became as pale as a ghost. We made him drink a lot of water and he became okay. Thank God for that, as we had got very scared. The moral of the story is, don't talk while you eat fish. That was a nice story. Now listen to the story once again, and just in case you haven't been able to decide on a particular word, we'll give you another chance to do it. Last weekend, I decided to go fishing. So I took a boat, a fishing rod, and a rope. I went to a nearby pond and caught some fish. Then I sat under a tall tree and had some strawberries and mangoes. On my way home, I stopped at the grocer's shop and bought some salt and yogurt to add to my fish. Then I called some of my friends over and we talked and cracked a lot of jokes while we ate the fish. Suddenly, one of my friends choked on the fish bone. He stopped breathing and became as pale as a ghost. We made him drink a lot of water and he became okay. Thank God for that, as we had got very scared. The moral of the story is, don't talk while you eat fish. I'm sure all of us have been able to complete this exercise. Each and every word has either been underlined or not underlined. And by not underlined, I don't mean just left. I mean you've decided that it's the O sound. Now I'd like to discuss the answers with you. Last weekend, I decided to go fishing. That was the O sound. So, the O sound again. I took a boat. Yes, the O sound. A fishing rod. Now look at my lips. From the movement of my lips or the opening of the mouth, you can check your answers. I took a boat, a fishing rod, the O sound, and a rope. In the rope, we have the O sound again. I went to a nearby pond, O, and caught, the O sound, some fish. Then I sat under a tall tree, not a tall tree, but a tall tree, and had some strawberries. So the mouth opens in the oval shape and it's the O sound. And mangoes. That's the O sound. On my way home, pronounced with the O, I stopped at the grocer's shop. The grocer has the O sound, the shop has the O sound. And bought. Bought rhymes with got. We have the O sound in it. Bought some salt. O. And yogurt. The yogurt has the O to add to my fish. Then I called the O, some of my friends over, over, and we talked, talked, and cracked a lot of jokes. Lot, of, jokes, while we ate the fish. So you should have underlined lot and of, but not jokes. Suddenly, one of my friends choked on the fish bone. So choked has the O sound and it rhymes with jokes, right? On the fish bone. O. He stopped breathing. Stopped. O sound. And became as pale as a ghost. That's the O sound. We made him drink a lot of water. Lot, water, both the words have O. And he became okay. Okay. Thank God. Now God also has the O sound. For that, thank God for that, as we had got very scared. Got awe. The moral of the story is moral. Also has the O sound. Story, O, the O sound. The moral of the story is don't talk while you eat fish. I hope you would remember the moral of the story. Don't has the O sound. So along with remembering the moral of the story, please remember these words as well, because they're commonly used words. And we do hear a lot of mispronunciation as far as these words are concerned. And now for the last exercise of the session. In this exercise, you're given 2 words and you have to choose the right word for each statement. Clock, cloak. Clock, cloak. The first statement, it is used for seeing time. And the next one, it is worn by kings. It is worn by kings. Next, God, goat. God, goat. We offer prayers to him. Which one would it be? And the next one, it eats all the grass in the field. I think we should all be able to do this. Next, walk, woke. Walk, woke. Past tense of wake, the verb wake. Next statement, we go for this every morning, or we should at least. We go for this every morning. Next, bought, boat. Bought, boat. The first statement, we crossed the river on this. The next statement, it is the past tense of by. Next, tall, toll. Tall, toll. The first statement, it refers to height. And the next, roadways take this for the road tax. Roadways take this for the road tax. Next, hall, hole. Hall, hole. The first statement, parties are held in this. I'll repeat, parties are held in this. Next statement, we can peep through this. And peep means to look. We can peep through this. Now let us discuss the answers. It is used for seeing time, that is clock. It is worn by kings, that would be cloak. We offer prayers to him. Who do we offer prayers to? God. It eats all the grass in the field, that would be the goat. Next, it is the past tense of wake, that would be woke. We go for this every morning, walk. Next, we cross the river on this, boat. And the past tense of buy will be bought. Next, it refers to height, that is tall. And roadways take this for the road tax, that is toll, spelt T-O-L-L. Next, parties are held in this. Where are parties held? Yes, in a hall. And we can peep through this. The answer is hole. Now that was quite an easy and interesting exercise. I'm sure you knew the answers. The problem here is not really knowing the answers, it's pronouncing the words correctly. Because even if I want to say clock, but my O sound is not correct and I habitually say O, I end up saying cloak. What is the time? Check it out on the cloak. The cloak is not an instrument to tell us the time. The cloak is a piece of clothing worn by kings. So we have to be very careful that we use the right sound. Therefore, let us practice these sounds once more. Everybody loudly. Clock, awe, clock, cloak, cloak, God, God, goat, goat, walk, walk, woke, woke, bought, bought, boat, boat, tall, tall, toll, toll, hall, hall, hole, hole. With that, we come to the end of the session. It is an important session in the sense that it's important for us to correct these sounds. The O sound is a single vowel sound or a monophthong. The O is a diphthong. They are both quite different in nature. We've covered the sounds in words as well as sentences. We've taken up activities and exercises in order to reinforce our learning. But at the end of the day, it's very important for you to go home and practice. Practice enunciating the sounds, practice applying them in words so that you can speak better at the end of the day. With that, I'll leave you for the day and I'll meet you again in some other session. Till then, goodbye.